Welcome to episode 3 of season 1. 2 teams, 2 heroes, but only one winning argument. On the left, we've got Team A. On the right, we've got Team B. Both teams will go head to head, defending 2 legendary heroes of faith from the Bible, each known for a powerful moment of unshakable faith.
And if he had said it, he would
Each
do
team
it.
speaker will present their case, followed by a rebuttal round to counter the other team's argument. And you are the judge. The team with the most convincing argument takes the win. Are you ready? Let's go.
I know that Moses had more faith. Now I want you to picture a scenario. Picture you trying to believe, you're trusting God for something, and you have thousands of people that are saying things that are contrary to what you're trying to believe. Abraham was alone. Even what's her name? Sarah was not even there. It was just Abraham and God and Isaac. Isaac didn't even know what was going to happen, that he would counter him or distract him. Moses had a lot of distractions. Have you ever worked under pressure before? It's so hard to believe God when there is pressure. You have thousands of people telling you that, oh, it's not possible. What are we going to do? Moses, what are we going to do? But Abraham was all on his own. Like Abraham had no distraction. It was just what God said. Abraham already had a word from God that, in fact, God had already changed his name from Abraham to Abraham, which means you will be a father of nations. So he had word backing him up. But Moses had no word. He didn't even have clear direction of where they were going. There was no map. He was just going. So it's very hard to believe God in such situations where, and you know how the Israelites were. We read the Old Testament. You know how distracting the Israelites were. Saying, what are you going to do? You should have left us at Pharaoh. You should have left us with Pharaoh and all of that. So I believe strongly that was so much faith for Moses to actually still practice,
focus
do
and
that miracle.
perseverance.
Thank you.
Yes, our hero of faith is Abraham. And Abraham was a man that trusted God in all circumstances. And a man who had no child for 100 years. He waited for his child, and all of a sudden God gave him a child with his wife, who was also aged with him, 90 years Sarah and 100 years Abraham. And he was given a child. And that same child, God asked for that child without thinking about it. Abraham was willing and he acted on it. He went there and he was at the point of hitting his son, and the angel said stop. This shows that he had unshakable confidence in what God had told him, that do this and I will do this for you. But he had no doubt that God, this you had gave me before, this you want to take away from me. No, he was trusting in God that everything God did for him is for God glory and God God name to be praised. And Abraham was a man that was known to be the father of all nations. The name father of all nations comes with so much faith. But we just says the first stage of faith is belief. He had total belief that God is working out answers for him, even when he knew not what God was planning. Thank you.
After what you said. Now, Abraham was at the point of killing Isaac. He already had a word from God that he would be a father of many nations. So even if Isaac had died, God would give him another child, because God does not go back on his word. But Moses, they were at the point of life and death. If he had stretched the rod and the rod did not, and the water did not divide, they were all going to perish. They were all going to perish. So it was a life and death thing. But Abraham, if the child died, God already said, I would make you a father of many nations. And God does not go back on his word. So even if Isaac had died, he would have another child, because God does not go back on his word.
Remember what she said, God does not go back on his word. At several instances, God has promised Moses different promises. And Moses has been a man of disobedience and doubt. God asked him to hit the rock for water to come out, but he doubted God. He disobeyed God. Even at several instances, God has promised Moses several instances, even when he went to the house of Pharaoh, that he should throw down the stick. God has given him several promises. Even when God came as the fire He has shown you differences that I am that I am. And I will promise you and I will do it. I will fulfill it. If God cannot go back on his word, how will God tell Moses to hit the rock and Moses will still doubt and disobey? Even the tension and pressure of the people coming around, he should have trusted that God has said it. And if he has said it, he will do it. Thank you.